Well, hello, welcome to a new episode of DeeTALKS. Today we'll be talking to our bass player Paul. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Mike.
Hey.
Glad to see you.
Yeah, glad to see you too. So, Paul recently decided to leave the band for the best life reasons. I'm not telling you which ones those are. So I thought let's look back at these. What was it? Almost 8.5 years or so, or 8 years? Huh? Almost 8 years? 7.5? 8? 8?
It always 7.5 years. This is what I keep saying.
Let's say 8. Let's round it up.
Let's round it up.
But actually, with the last year, we should round it down, right? Because didn't really happen.
But then round it up again because you do not know what the immediate future is going to bring us.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, let's do 8 then. Yeah. So you've been with us for 8 years. Let's reminisce. Kawabanga, Coyote boy. All right. Yeah. So how are you doing? First of all, how are you doing?
Having a good time. Talking to you. Having had a long day. But yeah, everything's okay. Nothing to complain about.
Yeah. Well, it is a Monday after all. We're recording this on a Monday. It's probably not out on the Monday, but. Yeah.
It's just a regular Monday at the office.
Yeah.
Welcome to my office, by the way.
Yeah. Well, welcome to my living room. You've been here 3 weeks ago. No, when was that? Before Raduno, the weekend before Raduno. That's like a month.
So
ago.
It's like 5 weeks ago.
I don't know.
Let's say it's 5 weeks ago.
Let's round it up to 5.
Let's round it up.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I have a hard time with time.
That's a recent phenomenon that we all have to struggle with, I'm afraid.
Yeah. But good that we're talking about nothing but time that we spend together now. It's so yeah. Well, should we go all the way back? Huh? Let's start at the beginning.
Let's do this chronologically.
Let's do it, yeah, of course. So yeah, when was the first time? Do you remember the first time we actually met?
I remember the first time that I ran into Matthias, which was 20 years ago.
Yeah,
exactly.
Wasn't that in the last century still?
No, it was a warm May night in the beautiful pre-9/11 era of 2001.
Yeah. All right. Wow. 20 years, huh?
Yeah, but I remember meeting you for the first time in, I believe it was 2007.
Yeah, that could very well be. I don't know. It was in Innsbruck probably, right? Was that the show we played together already?
It was a show that we played together. It was you were on a tour with 7 Years Bad Luck.
Yeah, which is something we never did. But this
occasionally.
That was the very first.
Which we never did occasionally. Yeah, it was at the workstation.
Yeah, because I remember
so you must have been really young.
Yeah. Well, I was 22 at that point or so, 21.
Oh yeah.
So I was younger than now, and but we played an Innsbruck show before this also, at the PMK, with Poodle's old band.
I don't remember the specifics, but I remember seeing you guys. Of course, it was a very hot summer day.
Deep Illumination. Yeah. That was the year before, I think, and then the year after we actually played together. But that's the first time we actually talked, right? And stuff. And
pretty sure.
Yeah, Ratcliffs, DeeCracks, 7 Years Bad Luck.
What a classic lineup.
Yeah. Well, little did we know, huh, where this is heading.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but I remember we had a great time in Innsbruck. We went to, what was it, Project? The bar that we went to? After
I'm not sure if Project was a thing back then, but
maybe it was the same bar with a different name or so, or somewhere. I remember going to a bar and I was talking to Marky, to a drummer at the time, for ages.
Yeah, and I remember him telling me all about it afterwards. And he's not a very talkative guy to begin with, but he told me that the drummers were hanging out. But I remember you joining the Ratcliffs for a few beers at the different bar after the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, which is something we never like to do. Let's go home and sleep, right?
It just never. Yeah, you need the sleep. You need the vitamins.
Yeah, just like right now, vitamin B.
Yeah, it's vitamin B.
Cheers, Polly.
My bottle is bigger than yours.
But how much? How often did we meet after that before you actually like hopped on the tour bus with us the first time?
You came through Innsbruck several times, and we often played together. So
yeah.
I think we played like I want to say 10 times at least, something in the vicinity of maybe a little less, but
sure. I mean, we had this like little tour with the Apers in 2009. Was that 2009?
That was 2009. Yeah. In February 2009.
Yeah.
It was right around the time when Kevin shared an apartment with me in Innsbruck.
Oh yeah.
He liked to call me the cleanest person he's ever shared apartment with from stage every night. And you joined in right for the last two shows, I think. Yeah, because for sure Ljubljana and Klagenfurt.
Yeah,
I remember your brother taking plenty of pictures. So,
yeah.
I have some really nice photographs from that evening.
Yeah.
And even more beautiful memories.
Yeah, Matthias had the cast on his leg, right? Because he broke his ankle or whatever he did, like two or 3 weeks before.
On his leg, and I also remember that we all stayed in your room at your parents' place that night, and I did not change socks for the last two shows on the tour. Well, I ran out of fresh socks, so I just kept them on, and they actually started to melt.
Yeah. I thought you had those on the whole tour, or maybe like a year or two. That's how the smell was.
Yeah, because that's my ritual.
Yeah. No, yeah. You weren't really, advertising yourself for like, hey, bring me on the road. Back then.
No, not really. But it was at the very end of a 12-day tour.
Yeah, so. But then we toured together again, and I was playing drums for Ratcliffs, and that was the same year, right? Later that year.
Later that same year.
That was around. That was of course around Halloween, because we played in Architown in Fidenza, where I was trying to sleep in the van on Halloween night. What a great idea! Remember, there's like 8 people of us, or I don't remember, we only had like.
I want to apologize, and I'm so glad you did not Bon Scott on us that night.
yeah. Well, I did not, but we were all really drunk, and there was only 7 like couches in the backstage or whatever it was. We were sleeping in the venue at the rock and roll. Woo! And so I was like,
and
I was going like, hey, let's just sleep in the van, it's fine. And I was walking out of there with still the heat from like us being in one room and drinking.
Yeah.
And then I went there and I actually undressed myself like all the way to the underwear and just hopped in my sleeping bag and fell asleep instantly because I was drunk, of course. And then I woke up, like an hour later.
Yeah,
I was freezing.
You must have had the adrenaline still pumping through your veins.
Yeah. But you know what I did, because I didn't really sleep much, and I was driving the car on the parking lot to heat it up and then go back in the sleeping bag for a bit. And I was still drunk. It wasn't really the smartest thing to do. And then I couldn't sleep at all, and I was trying to get out and trying to hop into a hotel to sleep in the lobby. But they kicked me out right away, and because you guys weren't opening the venue anymore, the venue was locked from the inside somehow, and I couldn't. You all had like 30-something calls on your phones for me, every single one.
Yeah, that's really terrible. I'm a shitty move from all of us.
No, that's fine. I was the idiot in this story, really. Like I was trying to be smart, and I was totally. It was a bad choice. It was a bad choice. Yeah. Well,
it was still classy from you to offer this, but
well, you know,
I'm glad it did not backfire
for the team.
in a big way.
For the team,
yeah, for the team, for the team. That was still the theme back then.
yeah,
but I've that was 3 shows, and I remember enjoying it a lot. Hank from the Magwams. He was driving us,
and he had the mustache.
And back then he had a really sweet mustache going. I wonder whatever happened to this. Yeah, but this was only 3 shows, but I only have great memories.
Yeah, me too. I was really nervous playing for Ratcliffs too. It was the first, I think it was the first band I played in that it wasn't really my band, you know? So
and I was like, yeah, what's going on? He's only playing for us, you know? And I mean, I felt honored and weirded out at the same time.
Well, you know, I always take it seriously because, you know, it's your band. I don't want, you know, you're trusting me and I don't want to ruin it for anyone, you know? So yeah.
Maybe this is one of my very first serious impressions from you, that you so took the whole thing very seriously and
yeah, well, you know,
not as a, I mean, as I told you, I felt really honored because you were not treating the whole gig as a joke. And
no, of course not, you know. it's a passion thing that I take serious for sure, you know. It's only fun if it's good, you know, if I'm not struggling. Yeah. You know,
it was like 3 days of never-ending laughter.
Oh yeah, and that's probably one of the main reasons why we got you into the band in 2011 for to fill in for Hank, because Hank couldn't do the summer tour in like the UK, whatever, and they had like a show in Netherlands and where else in
Salzburg, I think.
Salzburg too, yeah, true. That was
and
the first.
And at the rehearsal space.
Oh yeah, which was a great opener.
It was a great opener, but it but at least I could say that we had one rehearsal.
Yeah, I know. Matthias, I told Matthias that I'm gonna interview you today, or like we're gonna do the DeeTALKS episode, and I always ask Matthias if he has a question for the guest, you know, and he was like,
okay.
And he was like, ask Paul about the first rehearsal, you know. So how about the first rehearsal?
The first rehearsal was before that, but it was the weekend that you guys recorded the studio session, the first one with Hank on bass. Mm. I have a little cameo in this too. I'm readjusting Hank's headphones, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and then there was a rehearsal scheduled the next day, but it was like only 30 minutes, and it was really. It was pretty absurd because we played each song for like 20 seconds, and Matthias was not singing. You were singing. he was protecting his voice or his mystique, and then the song fell apart, and Matthias was like, and so on.
And so on. Yeah, we didn't really make it easy for you to come in and just, you know, play.
It was quite challenging at first, but I think after the 4th or 5th show, like approaching the middle of the tour, I finally caught up.
Yeah.
And then got through all of the songs.
So all the seriousness from me filling in Ratcliffs was out the window.
Yeah, you took the Ratcliffs. You took a rehearsal with Ratcliffs much more seriously than you did with DeeCracks.
Yeah, because you know, and we knew the DeeCracks songs already.
At least you guys did.
Yeah. Well, you know, we hate rehearsing. You know it. You know it's.
Yeah, it was like at first it was like the train was speeding up, and I tried to catch up. I was like in an old movie, like an old Charlie Chaplin movie. I was trying to, and by the 5th show I made it, and Tried to climb onto the wagon.
Yeah. Yeah, but then we
never stopped.
Then we never stopped, and then this tour was over, and
then we stopped.
And then we stopped. But you know,
I think Manu came back around that time also.
Manu came back the year after, I think, right? Yeah, that 2012. Then Hank left for good, and Manu came back, and then Manu left in 2014, and then you came in for another great tour. So this is one of my favorite tours, actually. The first one we did with you, as you once you joined in full time.
Yeah.
Was that clear on that tour already that you're like full time in, or was that still
I cannot really remember, but I'm pretty sure that we just I think we just tried each other out and tried to figure out how it works out at first.
But in my head, I still think that this was actually like you were in for real back then already. But
I think right after that tour you went on a even longer tour.
Yeah.
With Eric first.
Yeah, this was a 6 week tour. We did like what was your tour? Was that 3 weeks?
It was 3 weeks.
Yeah, and then we did
18, 19 shows.
Oh yeah, and then we did another 6 weeks with Eric.
Yeah.
Wow.
You were doing it like madman back in the day.
Yeah, that was
good old school solid rock and roll touring.
Yeah, but 2014, this was the year we played the most for sure. I think that was the only year we really hit 100 shows a year. I think on that time.
Yeah. So yeah.
Because Lucy was playing in September the same year. Because you couldn't do it. I mean, maybe you didn't join it. Maybe you didn't join full time back then. But I mean, I think you did actually, because you played
we played a few shows with Saddlepacks in summer.
Yeah, the never-ending Saddlepacks tour. We're still on this tour.
Never-ending Saddlepacks tour. We did that in summer. I remember playing with the Dictators, for example.
Oh yeah, that was the same year. Yeah.
I mean, it gets blurry also in my head, but I'm just picking out highlights.
Yeah. But the touring with Sons of Buddha, that was fun. That's what I really enjoyed a lot. You know, Forrest and Ed and all the great family that they're having and
yeah.
I mean, yeah, they had some tragedy lately, you know, which is really sad. But yeah.
Yes. Shout out
to them. You know, all of our hearts and thoughts are with them.
To the whole extended Sons of Buddha family, also.
Yeah. But this was a great tour. It was just a great fun. So many memories. The cheese in the snake alcohol drink or whatever that was.
That was pretty early on, yeah. Patrick, he would not back down and drink from a bottle of liquor that was presented to him, and there was a dead snake inside. And lo and behold, he was ill for the remainder of the tour, it seemed.
Yeah. Right after that, huh? Suspicious.
You're jumping to conclusions here.
Yeah, but I got sick on this tour also, I remember.
I think everybody...
we kind of passed it on a little bit, huh?
Yeah, totally. This is 2014. This was...
Remember the gin
when it
tonics?
Was still cool.
The gin tonics in Madrid, they got me right back in the game.
Yeah, I remember. And you did that funny dance, the jumping, this jumpy walk dance, this cheerful.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
It's very hard to describe it.
I'm pretty sure I can't do it anymore, and I don't really know what was on in my mind back then. Probably just doing something hilarious, hopefully, you know.
Yeah, Madrid was definitely a highlight. It was a great show. The place was pretty packed also.
Yeah,
Castellón was also one of my favorite shows. On the same tour.
Yeah. Gustavo.
Yeah. There were pretty terrific places.
Yeah.
Great shows, always great crowds. It was my first time in France also.
Oh yeah, great the catering in France. I always liked it. Also, food-wise, this was a great tour, you know, with just I mean, lots of cheese, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember
we don't mind the cheese.
I also remember playing at a tobacco store.
Yeah, Ricard. Remember this?
The Ricard, when he was Jean-Mi. That was his name. Jean-Mi.
Yeah, that was his name. And he was trying to
serve. He gave us all the Ricard.
Yeah,
the Ricard merchandise.
No, and he tried to serve us while we were playing. Like
this was
and with a tray of peanuts also. And I'm like, dude, I'm playing. I'm in the middle of playing. I can't, you know.
This was Monty Python level surreal, I think.
Yeah, totally.
With a tray and seeing from the corner of my eye, Matthias pretending to drink the glass and throwing it behind his shoulder and almost not missing a beat.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, missing a beat, like you do. But...
yeah. It wasn't the first time he did this, apparently. But also, we were playing a fucking tobacco store. I mean, what? You know,
yeah,
in the middle of France, just on the side of the road.
It was in a small village, and it seemed like the whole village was there enjoying the show, crowd surfing, and like 50-year-old people just going wild like you do at a DeeCracks show.
Yeah. France has always been good to us. It's always a good country for us to tour. And I know a lot of bands who have troubles with, like, in France, and I'm really happy that we only had really good runs there. You know, maybe we toured with the right bands that introduced us there or so. But I don't know.
But I always appreciated the hospitality. The food was always outstanding, and most of the accommodations were just brill, marvelous.
Yeah, totally.
Splendido. And also the great people that we met there. There's all over the place on every tour that whenever we went there.
Yeah, absolutely. Great country. Yeah. Can't wait to be back there one day. Even without you, I'm gonna send you postcards, Paul. Or so. So hey, but Paul, like, how was it for you to, like, join? Because you've seen DeeCracks for years before, like, joining the band. How was that transition for you? And now like looking
reminiscing.
Yeah, but looking back, but also looking forward to the future and seeing us again now after you played.
Yeah, this is.
I hope you're still gonna come to our shows.
Of course. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's an upside. Yeah, right. Yeah, but I remember seeing you guys before I joined. Of course, whenever we played. But I also saw you in a big venue once when you were opening for Bad Religion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and this was really something else because like with the huge sound at the venue.
Yeah.
In front of the big ass Bad Religion logo and.
yeah. That was a bit surreal.
Yeah, it was highly enjoyable. It was really cool because we were also trying out some new songs from the then upcoming.
That was in 2013. We just had all the Yeah,
I remember you guys playing Down Out and Low. Down Out and Low. Low. I don't know what's wrong with me. What's with my tongue? Down, Out, and Low.
Yeah. Low.
And Adderall.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were immediately songs that I fell in love with.
Yeah. Still? Yeah, like after playing him like 200 whatever times?
There's hardly any songs that I ever really got sick of.
Oh, nice. That's good to know. Me neither. Maybe Monkey Boy a little bit.
Maybe Monkey Boy, yeah. We did some lobbying to get it out at one point.
Yeah, people still want to hear it though. I mean, and it's fine, but yeah.
I actually never really got it because it's to be frank, it's a fun party ditty, but it's a novelty song.
Totally. I don't think it's very representative to the band,
As the band showed more and more growth, it became to me it became more and more obsolete. And,
yeah.
And I mean, it's cool to be true to your school and to always.
Yeah, but I mean, we still play My Baby Could Rehab and Beach 90 and all those like early songs that we had from right when we actually started playing, you know.
Yeah, but Beach 90 is a whole different beast. It's a
yeah, totally. But I mean, you know, like Monkey Boy
that's
back
a fully
then.
arranged song.
I know, but Monkey Boy, when we wrote it and when we recorded it, was already a different song, you know.
Yeah,
it was more like this party approach kind of song, you know.
Yeah.
I remember we wrote it in 5 minutes or so,
Yeah.
and it was just Matthias and me in the rehearsal space, and I was telling Matthias, hey, we need something with like shoop shoop shoop, you know. I was thinking about that, and then he was like, oh, okay, and I also told him that we should do a song with monkey noises because we were covering the Groovy Ghoulies, but like it's not a Groovy Ghoulies song, but King Kong Stomp, you know, and
yeah,
that they did their version, and I did the monkey noises there, and everybody loved it. And I'm like, hey, I can really pull off those monkey noises. Let's make something happen there. And then Matthias was like, it took him like 5 minutes to just come up with this song. We're like, all right, that's it.
Yeah, it's just to be clear on this, I never hated playing Monkey Boy or anything like that. I always enjoyed playing it because it gets a great reaction.
Yeah, totally. I like that too. That's what I always liked, you know, because doing those monkey noises like 600 times or so in your life, it's not really, you know, it kind of, the fun that I'm having kind of dies down. Yeah, dies.
Maybe it's not the song that at the end of the day that you want to always be remembered by.
Also that, sure, yeah. But anyway, let's not talk about Monkey Boy. It's just, yeah, it's just a song. Let's focus on us.
Are you coming on to me?
I'm coming. Paul, you know, I took up my best shirt only for you, Paul.
Yeah, I cannot take my eyes off you.
Yeah, I'm a fruity guy today.
Definitely.
Just today. Yeah. So what else? Recording, huh? You did like two records with us.
Two full length.
Two full lengths.
Yeah.
And the EPs that came with it, like Science Illusions and Serious Issues. How was that? I mean, you recorded before with Ratcliffs. I'm not sure if you did any other recording before. Did you do anything with Psy 9 or?
Yeah, I did a 7-inch in 2001. But with you guys, it was just, I remember it being a pretty intense situation. It was very, very work-like. Because you guys are, how do I phrase this? Like, you know what you do. In this special surroundings, you're very familiar also with Marco, who's just a great sound engineer, producer, and all-around guy, of course. So yeah, it was always pretty intimidating, but in the end, I'm just happy to have been and proud to have been part of this. You can correct me on this, but I think I'm the only bass player who did 2 records in a row.
In a row, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. We did. Manu did the Credence record, and he did Beyond Me Medication.
Yeah, totally. And also the 2012 recordings, and basically all the Totally Cracked stuff he also did. So he was like the Credence stuff, Totally Cracked stuff. But you know, Totally Cracked never like came to be like a full record, you know.
Yeah. So let's just say Manu is my equal.
Yeah.
On so many levels.
Manu was our original bass player, you know. So he's he's been very.
He's your first love.
Yeah, and he joined, like he came back into the band in another time. We did like another record with him, and we. For
me, he was always the prototypical DeeCracks bass player. He created the. I don't want to make this sound too grand, but he created the template.
Yeah.
That I in the context of DeeCracks that I tried to model myself after.
Yeah, but I mean, I think
I did not want to make it look differently or anything, and then he always looked very good next to you guys.
Yeah, Manu had a great look. Manu had a good style playing bass, and he was very rough on it and stuff, and like a little over the top, like live performance. But you know, what's bad about that? You know, nothing really. And you know, he was always great. I mean, he still is. You know, but yeah, and he definitely defined the sound that we were going for with bass. Also, like, you know, as a band, because we started with him. You know, like we totally found the formula, you know, let's say, for the band with him. But I mean, you stepped up and you did your whole new thing, really, and your own thing. You know, you didn't. We never had that talk. Actually, I never knew that you kind of modeled yourself to like what Manu was doing. You know, like I never had the feeling,
because it's a little bit difficult to phrase. You know, it's like he's. I could also have said that he's my personal favorite, or he was my personal favorite, but now that I've said it, I have to add the disclaimer that I do not want to extend any kind of disrespect towards all the other bass players.
Yeah, well, there were many, but yeah,
there were many. Yeah,
I know what you're saying. Like, all of our bass players had brought something different to the table each and every time, which was always interesting, and it's going to be interesting in the future also what's going to happen there, you know. And so. But that's always nice, you know, because it's a different dynamic, you know, and the songs are gonna, you know, still be the same, but also slightly different, you know. The performance, you never know, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I mean, you had some good shoes to fill for sure. Like after coming in after Manu, you know, but you nailed it, really, you know.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I always try to nail it.
Yeah, well, we would have kicked you out after, like if it wouldn't have been the case. Nah, probably. Yeah. But also,
we would have had a talk.
Maybe. Yeah, but we never had any kind of talk of like telling you what to do or so, right? I mean, at least what I remember telling all of our bass players was like, you know, just go out there and have fun, you know, and you know, have fun with it. That's all.
It was in the beginning a little bit difficult to me. DeeCracks was also to me always about the harmonies between you and Mike, between you and Matthias.
Yeah.
So I always try to keep my backup singing to make it more subtle.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to have too many different personalities all over one song.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I just I tried to find my place, you know. Because coming from Ratcliffs, being lead singer in a band, you can of course do what you want.
Yeah.
Of course you cannot do what you want always, but
yeah, but mostly, sure. I mean,
yeah. With a band like Ratcliffs, you can do it.
Yeah. So you're gonna play more with Ratcliffs, you think, in the future, or?
I hope so. I want to do this.
Nah, I'm gonna be jealous then. So you get to play with Matthias, and I'm not there.
Yeah, but maybe it is time for at one point you have a comeback with Ratcliffs and us three go on tour again, just a different name.
Yeah, how bizarre would that be?
Confusing.
What's yeah, it's so not confusing. Yeah. And yeah, maybe we just go like out as a package, and then we had like DeeCracks as a different bass player, and we're playing Ratcliffs songs. Like, what?
Yeah, like with all the bands that all the other former bass players of DeeCracks play in.
Yeah.
And then you can just mix it up every night.
Yeah, totally. But I mean,
and you play with let's bring Sadopax also, and you play and you and Matthias also play with Sadopax, and just
yeah,
just to make it like a review, like not a review but a traveling review.
Yeah. Why not? Like the circus,
like a circus. A circus is the right word. That's the word I'm actually that I was looking for.
But it's gonna be tough for like a new bass player coming in, I think. Like, because with you, we really had a very good run, you know, the last 8 years.
I think we had good chemistry.
Good chemistry, first of all, also, but you know, like you were the longest bass, like
I'm the longest bass player.
Yeah, I mean
that's what I keep hearing.
Yeah, you know, I mean it's been 8 years, you know, so this is the longest time any bass player spent with us, and we did a lot of international touring, you know, and really a lot of, you know, a lot of international places. Because I mean, you say Manu was like the, you know, your go-to guy, like when you think of DeeCracks, you know, and their bass player. But I don't think internationally that's the case anymore. You know, I don't think, or it's never really been, because I think what's internationally known is DeeCracks with you. You know, so now that you're gone, so you know it's gonna be big shoes to fill for sure. You know.
Let's find out. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. But I'm saying, like, this is, you know, it's not easy for us to. I mean, you know, we're still great friends. You know, like it's not like.
Yeah. I hope everybody gets this vibe from the
yeah, totally
friendly conversation.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm gonna miss you, man, for sure. You know, big time. On a lot of occasions.
Miss you too.
I'm looking forward. I mean, I'm looking forward to whatever comes next now, but also like I'm gonna. You know, there's going to be plenty of situations where I'm going to be thinking of you on tour. I was like, if Paul would be here, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, the good thing is I can still tell you, you know, we're like, hey, Paul. You know?
Yeah, we had so many. I mean, of course, we have too many anecdotes from all those years.
Yeah. You're good with remembering them.
Too many shareable anecdotes.
You're very good in remembering them, because I mean, you bring your book along, you take your notes, you know. Like,
yeah,
I keep forgetting a lot of stuff of this, you know. When is the DeeCracks book coming out? When you finally writing all that?
As soon as I get my journals in order, you know, it's several different journals, and it's like it's pretty chaotic, but it's like a few notes that bring back a whole story. That's something that I can only recommend to everybody who goes on tour. And I mean, I think I did this from the Sons of Buddha tour. So I did this early on, actually.
Yeah, it's been a crazy ride, you know. We did Canada, Mexico, Japan, you know, Europe.
That was 2015.
Russia.
That was pretty early on. It seems like yesterday, or it does not seem so. It does not seem such a long time ago.
Yeah, but 6 years ago already, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the first Canada tour, that was pretty wild, and it was pretty amazing. We had I mean, Lost Love had us with them, and showed us the beautiful
poutine.
The beautiful poutine every night.
Every night.
Every night, every morning.
Every day, you know, just everywhere. Yeah. 14 days, we ate poutine 12 times.
At least.
Yeah.
Let me check my journals.
I counted. But check your journals. Let me see if I'm correct.
But that was a really cool run.
Totally. And then Mexico was just the wildest shit ever. But yeah, great too.
Yeah, because I mean, it was already 14 days. We were already 14 or 15, maybe 16 years. Make 16 days on the road. In the air also.
Yeah. It's been like a span of 3 weekends in Canada, and then a week in Mexico. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. With very long rides in between, like 16 hours from Monterrey to Mexico City again.
Yeah. But
we played the amazing Ramon's Casa Club.
Ramon's Casa Club. Yeah. What a day that was.
That was a wild day. I mean, I'm still sorry that we did not see the whole wrestling show.
Yeah, I mean,
because that maybe would have saved
I was
the whole experience.
I was the happiest kid being in Arena Mexico, you know, just being in there, and so I just wanted to be in there, you know. It didn't really matter. We saw like half of the main event that was left.
We did achieve that, and I saw Spider-Man wrestle 7 midgets.
Yeah, what a main event.
Yeah.
Well, it's great. I mean, this is a very prestige kind of wrestling, arena. This is
Yeah, you also took me to the Japanese equivalent.
Yeah.
A few years later.
All Japan Pro Wrestling, Korakuen Hall, yeah.
Yeah.
I always have to go see wrestling when I'm on tour, especially when I'm in these kind of countries, I always went to see wrestling in Japan every single time we went there.
So why didn't we go see some wrestling in Montreal then? I only found out later that it's like a big place for the sport.
Well, all of Canada is really, but there wasn't any show on at the time. I'm always checking. I'm also checking for hockey games, especially in Canada. But we always toured there in May, so it's like NHL playoff seasons, But one time we wanted to go. This was on the Lost Love tour. I don't remember what city we were in, but we wanted to go see the college hockey game.
That was Rimouski, I think.
Was that Rimouski? Yeah.
That was the last show of the Canada tour.
Could be.
In the middle of this first Canada tour, we had the best day ever when we went to go to the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Hockey Hall of Fame. Hockey Hall of Fame. Yeah. What a day that was.
I remember buying souvenirs there. I mean, I'm a New York Rangers fan, so I got this. It's still on my touring wallet.
Nice. Yeah.
Not sorry to all the Rangers haters out there.
I mean, I got the Maple Leafs jersey right here.
Yeah, I remember that was the second time we went to Canada, and that was the second time I think it was also in Toronto.
Yeah.
And when we stayed at, help me out, Jeff's place.
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on a second, because yeah, we got all these nice Toronto souvenirs.
And Jeff sent me this. He sent me this.
Oh, beautiful.
Because they had him and Shauna. They had a son, and I sent him out some hockey merch from Klagenfurt from.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, from our hometown team. So he sent me a Maple Leafs jersey and some other cool hockey shit.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell them I say hello the next time you're in contact.
Yeah, I will. Maybe they were watching. I'm gonna send them the link. Yeah, once it's up. Yeah. So to Japan, huh? We also need to quote.
No, now it doesn't make any sense anymore. It's over. Moment has passed.
I blew it.
Maybe do it a little later.
Maybe, yeah. How about talking about a little bit more about Japan, huh?
Yeah, sure.
That was great, huh? Wasn't that the best thing? I was hyping you up so hard for Japan. You got the props ready, and look at this.
Yeah, just to as reminders, some people.
Yeah.
You have your notes, and I have all my. I have a little box of DeeCracks stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I live in the DeeCracks museum, So.
You live in the DeeCracks museum, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but first of all, you hyped me up really good, of course. But Japan totally lived up to it also.
Yeah.
It ended up being one of my most favorite places in the world.
Yeah.
First of all the people that we met were just wonderful. And the hospitality that they offered was just so good and great. And if they are watching, I hope to be back in one form or the other someday, because Japan is always will always have a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
And all the shows were amazing. It's like the whole approach was just phenomenal.
Yeah, and the bands were all so good, and just so nice, everybody. And the food,
they've got their shit down. Yeah, they know how to play, and
the food,
the best of times. Yeah. Yeah, like everywhere we go, I just ordered whatever you were ordering.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you cannot really go wrong with this. It makes it much easier for me also.
Yeah, well, I know my food, you know, I know what I want.
Yeah, I just go second and I say, yeah, I'm having what he's having.
Yeah. Man, yeah, I miss Japan. And did you see, like, I just saw today that Nas is in the hospital for some reason. I couldn't really make it out from the postings, but
yeah, I just want to say I want him to get well soon.
Yeah,
I
get well
wrote
soon.
him earlier also, and
yeah, me too.
Yeah, fantastic human being. Big shout out also to DUMB Dump Records, Hiroshima.
Yeah.
We had a great night there at the record store, I remember.
Yeah. Kanpai. We got very
also when we went out sightseeing and we went to, yeah, that was also another surreal moment. First we of course
the ramen festival.
First we visited the World War II memorial, the atomic blast memorial.
Yeah, it was tough.
And the mood was very solemn, and everybody was kind of quiet. And then we went to the ramen festival. It was just a typical 30 degrees Celsius November day in Hiroshima, and then after the ramen festival, I remember hogging down the ramen like crazy. And then we ran into this I want to say piece of shit, but it was like looked like
yeah, like
the mascot.
The mascot, yeah. What is it? Is it like chocolate? No, it's not chocolate. It's like it's either chocolate or it's a piece of shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it looked like maybe it's a symbol of good luck in Japan.
It's some TV character, right? I don't remember the name now.
It was not. Well, you have to call Matthias, I believe, because he has a sticker of this mascot on his back.
I still got the stickers too, and but it's still like written in Japanese. I don't know what it says really. You know, Rika told us what it is.
Yeah, we have some really nice photographs us posing with this
piece of shit.
This mascot who was this.
Yeah,
it looked kind of suspicious.
It's no piece of shit.
We don't know. He was, but he was no piece of chocolate either.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, who knows?
We still don't know.
But I mean, of course, it's Japanese. It's something. It's just something.
It's
weird.
Something that is out of our cultural grasp.
Yeah.
We cannot understand.
Yeah, totally.
But you must promise me to find out the next time you go there, and
I will when I'm there, I will find it out, and I will maybe I get a little guy for like a.
I send you out on a mission.
I want to say stuffed animal, but that's not what it is. Like a little.
I send you out on a mission to investigate.
Yeah, I will. But please remind me when I'm going, because it might take a while and I might forget. You know.
Speaking of investigating and whenever we arrived at a place, I remember that you always informed me on the bathroom situation and.
Yeah, you mean in general or in Japan?
Not in Japan, all the bathrooms were clean.
Yeah,
but
totally.
In some, I must admit, at some punk rock venues we play, every once in a while, every once in a blue moon, a toilet is not so clean, or you were always the go-to guy.
Yeah,
you found the clean places for us.
I know, yeah, because I like it clean, and so.
Well, who doesn't?
Yeah, I know. So, and I know we all want it. So, I always send myself out for the mission as well, because.
Yeah, but
and then I just share the secret with you and nobody else.
Yeah, yeah, it was also
bathroom.
Also with the food situation, but that was also a thing that Kalle always did. Who was a guitar player now of the well-respected Dr. John.
And he was on he was on this show already. He was a guest. The only no bass player guest.
Oh yeah. So
well, I mean Kevin,
he's,
but he's also a bass player, not ours.
He's also a bass. He's a part-time bass player these days.
A part-time, yeah.
Yeah, he with Kalle, I remember he was always good on keeping me he always informed me where the good food was.
Yeah.
He was my partner in snack piracy, as we called it.
Yeah. Here they come.
Yeah. I'm the kind of guy who brings his little Tupperware container on tour. If a catering is especially great and delicious, I bring something for the next day. I take something with me for the next day. Yeah.
Is that something Kalle told you?
Kalle was with us on several trips.
Yeah. Kalle's been one of the, saints of DeeCracks, if you will, he was with us on so many tours, like driving us, selling our merch, just being an all-around good guy and helping out wherever he could. And, so, and all we gave him was nightmares and
we have the 80s.
we were just making fun of him all the time because, yeah, that's what you get. You're paid in laughter, in our laughter. It's not. No, he didn't like not enjoy any trips. He didn't hate any of them. Like he loved it all. Remember,
he always came back.
Yeah, he always came back, and in every country he went to was his favorite country.
Because he's an all-around great guy. So
absolutely. Yeah. We're very we can only be like happy and can't thank him enough for whatever he did for us. Like it's been just way too much to.
Of course.
To list, Kept us sane, kept us healthy, drove us around. Yeah.
Gives great back massages.
He did. Oh, hey, whoa. I never
foot rubs.
Hey, where was I? I never got any of these.
Well, you never shared a bunk bed with him.
Oh yeah, I always opted for Matthias. That's what you're saying. Yeah, because I like this. His Matthias' sleeping noises always makes me sleep better. Yeah, but we had some great drivers on tour also besides Kalle. And you, we were actually one of the one bass player who had the most actually with us.
I got to know quite a few of them.
Yeah, because especially in the last 5 years, we have like a lot of people coming in for like a tour or like half a tour or and so on.
5 years ago, we went on tour with your old childhood friend, Davy Boy Gashla.
Yeah, Spider. Let's call him Spider. He wants to be called Spider these days. So.
Oh, he goes by Spider? I still call him the Corinthian werewolf.
Yeah. And he calls you like the wooden man, the Tyrolean.
The wooden man.
Yeah, what's the...
the wooden. Yeah, because I'm Tyrolean.
Yeah.
And I brush my teeth with Tyrolean speck bacon.
Yeah, but that's why you get the smooth lips.
Yeah. Great kissy face.
Yeah. Well, David is just he's one of he's my best friend. I mean, he's the oldest friend that I have. There's we know each other since we're babies.
Such a wonderful human being.
Yeah, totally.
We had so much fun.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you two. I mean, I knew it. Because I knew both of you guys. So
yeah, we immediately bonded over the stupidest shit.
I know, because you like to answer questions, and he just likes to ask questions all the time.
Yeah, we turned the whole tour into a
non-stop interview. And Matthias and me were on the back seat, and you were sitting up. Like usually, I always sit up front, right? But on this tour, you were sitting up front most of the time.
Yeah, we could not get enough of each other.
Yeah, because hey, Paul, yes. On a scale of 1 to 10, would you say? And they were like,
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And me and Matthias were like in the back, and like, what are they fucking talking about all the time?
Yeah, we had
great fun.
This was also, yeah, this was the second Tour of France, if I'm not mistaken.
In France,
yeah. Also musically, I really enjoyed this tour. We were a really good unit.
Oh yeah,
every night. I really enjoyed those French Celtic pub situations when we played downstairs. It was pretty difficult to get down there first, but it was always packed and pretty intense.
Yeah.
That was
France. You know,
I really
remember
found myself enjoying that situation a lot.
Yeah, remember this place that we played with all the crazy people, like where there was like, this.
Oh yeah,
yeah. There was a psychiatric like unit.
The asylum, the mental asylum was down the street.
Yeah. They were all like coming to our shows, like this 80-year-old like crazy woman and all this like the weirdest crowd we ever played. And
yeah, she was twerking in front of Matthias's guitar at one point. Yeah, I was like always looking over to David just to make sure he took pictures and was filming all of this insanity.
yeah, this was one of the most.
It was just a great show. It was so highly enjoyable. It was the whole absurdity of it.
A very lively crowd, you know.
Yeah, not to insult anybody, or it was they were having a great time. We showed them a great time. That was our intention.
Yeah, but it was everything but ordinary.
It was everything but ordinary. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we had like Matzlein Junior. Remember this guy?
Matzlein Junior, of course. Matthias Kalle.
Yeah.
We went. It was a short run.
Through
Switzerland.
Only a weekend, I think, right? Only like a longer weekend, was like 3-4 days or so.
3 or 4 days. Yeah. That short run also included one of my favorite shows ever with you guys in Bern. The skate shop.
Planet Spade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great place to play.
First of all, the show was the sound, as I was hearing it, it was like the perfect live record to me.
Yeah.
So it was one of the most enjoyable live experiences for me. Also, people were really into it, and I got a pair of free sneakers out of it.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, they gave us free shit afterwards.
Yeah, I think I got some sunglasses that I lost like 2 weeks later. I was so fuck. Yeah, but also, wasn't it always nice to get like to have like drivers and merch guys coming in, like also with
to mix it up.
Zangief, yeah, but yeah, also that, you know, because it's always like a different chemistry, it's a different team, but it's
It takes a lot of tension out of all situations.
Yeah, and it made me enjoy a lot of stuff a little more, because the more you tour. I mean, you know yourself. Like the more you tour, like the more you get used to things. And then we
get a little jaded sometimes.
Yeah, and you bring somebody along. Like Kalle always was great for that too. But also like with Zangief
all years.
Yeah, with Zangief or.
Zangief was amazing. Marco was also amazing.
But Marco was also like tour approved. Like he knew already. Like
Yeah.
But like having somebody there who's like, wow, thanks for the food. Wow, it's great. Like enjoying all these things that we're so used to that we don't really, see the specialty of it sometimes. We're just stupid.
Another driver I really enjoyed hanging out with was Andy. On the second Canada tour.
Yeah.
It was I remember having some great conversations.
Yeah, great guy.
Great guy. Paranormal and all the stuff, UFOs and you name it, and all the stuff that I'm pretty much into, and that was fun on the first of all, it was fun on all the drives, all the rides, But we also had a super intense, very long ride from Halifax back to Montreal. It was like 13 or 14 hours.
Yeah.
And
it was a day trip.
Yeah, it was. We at the beginning of this trip, that day we bought donuts.
Oh yeah.
Donuts and coffee, and then we had some never-ending conversations.
I know, and he drove all the way through it, and I was always ready,
offering
like
all the time. Often enough, you were offering, yeah.
Yeah, I was offering. He should have take over,
like,
you know. He was driving for like 13 hours straight, you know, and yeah. Well, what a trooper and great guy.
Maybe he doesn't enjoy your driving too much.
Hey, well, the one time I drove like from Ottawa to Montreal, was that the drive that I did? I think that was the one. And so that was the only drive I actually did, like, because he was out drinking the night before, you know.
The only time.
He was really taking. I mean, he didn't have to, you know. Like, I'm here to drive, also, you know. It doesn't matter to me, you know. But yeah, I mean, of course, I was happy that I didn't have to. But yeah, great guy. I played with him in Isotopes before, so I knew him already, you know. So it was great. And his band Boyd is fucking amazing band, I think. And,
great
guy,
great host. Had a great time hanging out with him all the time.
Can we please talk about this your tuner story? Which is actually
now that you mentioned it, it's just in front of me.
Because that was my favorite thing happening at this Canada tour, really.
Beautiful, yeah. Do you want to tell the story? Because
I would like to hear it from you, actually.
Okay, I try. That was after we played. Maybe it was on the way from Moncton to Halifax.
I think that's what it was. Yeah,
something like this. And we we put a stop in at the gas station. And everybody got their snacks, their chocolate bars and their chips and whatever, the can of Coke, whatever you bring to the car. And then we sit in the car and we start munching on our stuff. And then there was this high-pitched noise all of a sudden. And
was it
hearing? Beeping? It's like at one point was like, yeah, do you guys even hear this?
yeah. And we all heard it. And he was freaking out. He's like, so what's wrong with the car? Something's wrong with the car.
Yeah, he thought it was the car. We were not freaking out.
Yeah.
Yet. And we thought maybe the engine or the radio or whatever. So then it's like it's getting louder and louder. And it's like it's like super annoying. And then it's we're still in the parking lot, and then somebody says, just to mess with me, maybe it's Paul. And I'm like, yeah, right, it's me. And I get out of the car, and you guys all like, it stopped. And then I go insane because it totally is me. And I'm like, then I find this. I find my tuner
in your jacket, or where was it? And
it was in my jacket of all places.
And when it runs out of battery, that's what it does, or why? What's with the sound?
I think because I have an epilogue to this story that you don't know about. First of all, I'm glad this happened just at the gas station parking lot and not at the customs at the airport.
Yeah.
You know, it's that would have been bad. But two weeks ago, after the last show in Vienna, Matthias, Vale's girlfriend, and I go back on a cab.
Yeah.
And Matthias starts telling the story because there is a very weird noise in the car.
Yeah. And it was you again.
And we start making fun of it, and we think, yeah, it's probably the driver, and he's using the wrong frequency. Of course it was this thing again. It happened all over again. And
your face, the way, I mean, you. Oh yeah.
I can only imagine.
It was such a random thing that happened. Nobody would knew why. and then you know, why do you have your tuna in your pocket, like in your
I think if you forget to switch it off at one point, it just starts to make this horrible noise.
It's great. Yeah, I really love that moment. That was just hilarious. We
Yeah,
laughed.
let's drink to this moment with
Just
our
right.
Gössermerzen. Yeah, that was um, yeah, one of my favorite moments also.
Yeah, that was great.
I mean, in hindsight, in this very moment, I was very relieved when it was over. Put it this way.
I just you said like at least this didn't happen at the airport, and I just thought about my airport story coming home from this tour.
I want to talk about it. That I remember it
with the powder thing.
That
your brown powder bag.
That your friend gave you for totally legal reasons.
Yeah. So we stayed with Jeff and Shauna in Toronto. We talked about them earlier. And Shauna is like a
therapist.
Yeah, but she's like doing this with like natural like herbs and stuff, and like all this kind of stuff. And I had this like, did I have bed bugs biting me or something in Halifax or whatever that was? I had like this bite marks on my
it was like vampire marks.
Yeah, like right here, or I don't know, like like somewhere on my
this general area.
And so she gave me this like brown powder that looked like just like a bag of heroin in this like plastic bag. She was like, oh yeah, well you should mix it with water, and then
it's bigger than my ass.
Yeah, it was like this big. I was like, okay, I should mix it with water and put it there, and it's gonna like
apply it.
Yeah, apply it, and it's gonna suck it out or something, or dries out and whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. So of course I put it in my backpack, and then we left for the next show and whatever. And I only did this once. I never really put it on because I kept forgetting about it, and I was like, whatever, let's have some beers.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult.
Yeah, and then of course, like this was at the beginning of the tour, and at the end, like those marks were gone already, like naturally, and we were flying home, and I still had this bag in my backpack, and I totally forgot, and I got, I went through customs and everything, and they actually had to like had me open my backpack at the Toronto airport, or no, Montreal airport that was. And I was reaching in, and I was like, oh no, this is just my Nintendo Switch, and then okay, it's fine, go ahead. And then I come home to Vienna, having like checked my bags like five times or so on this trip, and then I put everything on, and I'm like, find this bag. I was like, fuck, I just traveled with this, I couldn't even explain it. When it's like, well, it's this like friend of mine who gave me this for, I had some bite marks, but they're gone.
You would have been cleared of any crime eventually, but you still would have missed your flight.
Of course, like this would have
kept you for another week or so.
Yeah, it was great. This story just came back to my mind. But anyway, let's talk some more about your final year, let's say, 2019, your final touring year, really, because last year we only had one show. This year we had two shows, and there's like two more shows. We're going to talk about this later.
This was a really busy year, 2019.
2019 was a busy year. 2018 was a very busy year also. We had the Sonic Delusions out, we had a lot of touring there, but 2019 was just great. We had this like long tour with CJ Ramon, and then we had our Sweet 16 festival, like turning 16, and
Canada was the second Canada trip was also
the best Canada trip was 2019. Yeah, so this was it
was a busy year.
Was a busy year, and touring with CJ, huh? You want to talk about that?
Of course, I want to. It's like a lifetime achievement. Ramones are my favorite band of all time.
Yeah.
And what more can I say? CJ Ramon, everybody. It was. I got to use his gear every night. Well, not all of his gear. It was like I stood on the same stage. Every night.
Sure.
Hanging out with CJ, playing with him and his guys, and it was a 3-week trip. And what a trip it was. I remember it was crazy hot.
It was July.
It was like in Hanover and Cologne, we had like 40 degrees Celsius. And most of these shows were sold out or close to being sold out.
Yeah.
And I think we put on great shows also. That was
I really loved that tour because we were really. I think this was the one tour we really acted the most professional all the time.
Blasting on all cylinders also, and
yeah. And we had John with us.
Pretty professional.
Like
great
John
friend,
was a great friend,
great driver, but mostly a friend now.
Yeah. No, just on all around. Like we were
Gabriele Scooter, or the man of many names.
Yeah, but how lucky we are getting all these like great guys to come in and like join us on the road and just be awesome.
Yeah,
like,
I
really think we got really lucky there with like Kalle and everybody we named before, and now John also. It's always
there was no rotten egg.
No, there was no rotten egg ever. Yeah. Maybe David, because I always had to drive because he was always hungover. But yeah, he's my best friend, so it's fine. Remember that time
he's rotten in the best way.
Yeah, remember that time we just said like, I think he's just staying here in Innsbruck on the first day of tour. Like he just wanted to like
quit the tour.
I'm just gonna stay. It's like, what? That's dedication. That's what Matthias said.
That's the attitude, man.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the CJ tour. I remember my favorite night. What was your favorite night on that tour? I probably know which one.
Many great, very memorable nights also.
Yeah, but there can only be one that was the most memorable.
Groningen?
Yeah, of course it's Groningen. Come on.
That was when we all hung out. That was towards the very end, and that was the big party night.
Yeah.
It was CJ was having a great time. His guys were partying like crazy.
And Gene the
all of them. All of them. Even the legendary G2C.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the robot. Not CJ, but his right-hand guy, Gene, was singing along to Beastie Boys songs, and yeah, we were hanging out at the bar and just enjoying drinks and hanging out with each other, being glorious rock musicians.
Yeah, no, that was a great night. But there really have been many on this tour.
But this was especially outstanding. I agree.
Yeah, totally, because they were also
it's just most of the shows were just so professionally booked, and the whole
and I mean
the whole circumstances were just always on the spot, and everything was great. So,
but the way we won Gene over, this was the night Gene finally broke character, and came like
we broke him.
Yeah, because he always tried to be like the toughest guy in the room and whatever, and it never worked with us. Not even on the tour we did with them in 20. When was that?
Yeah, it's like
15 or so. We did like a short, like just a weekend with them. A couple of
even
shows.
Then he warmed up to us.
Yeah, because we didn't care. Like he was like, these guys, I can't really,
Yeah, he could not really figure us out, I think. I mean,
we were singing his name on sound checks,
Yeah, being goofballs all the time, and then Gene.
Yeah, I mean, but we were celebrating him all the time, and he was just like trying to be this asshole dick kind of
a legend of Ramones lore.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, whatever. And then he broke character, and then remember when he was cleaning up our van in Kassel.
Yeah. That was a badge of honor.
A total badge of honor. Yeah. Yeah, great guy.
Definitely, yeah.
Not really, but great guy. Yeah, but great guy. And Banana, remember them?
Of course.
This was the rain in Kassel. When he lost his voice.
Banana is really a special kind of rock and roll animal.
Yeah.
Totally out there, a road hog, a road warrior.
Absolutely. And all these characters on this tour was just an incredibly cool, like Ilaria also, and John, also, and us, of course, like being in there in the middle of it,
being cartoon characters all the time, and
yeah.
Being thrown into the weirdest situations, and just living a rock and roll dream with your bass guitar idol.
Yeah.
One of your favorite bass guitar players, and then
Sure.
getting to watch him in his band every night. So yeah, that was really cool.
And then the same year we also got to play Screeching Weasel songs and Mope songs with Jughead.
The whole set.
Yeah. This was also a very cool thing that we actually basically awarded ourselves for our 16th anniversary. But you know, like Jughead was totally up for the idea and wanted to do it. So
that was even in a way even more emotional.
Yeah.
Doing the Screeching Weasel songs with John.
Yeah.
But I also
Mr. Jughead.
Mr. Jughead, Mr. Pearson. But I also want to mention how much I enjoyed it having Will from the Saddlepacks with us.
Oh, absolutely.
For several songs. He pulled it off extremely well.
Sure.
And yeah, the whole experience.
The biggest smiles. We all had the biggest smiles on our faces.
Yeah. I only regret that the live footage that we have, I'm mostly out of the picture.
Yeah, because
you see my hand every once in a while.
Sure.
But
we should have gotten somebody to like film the whole thing and like save it for eternity. But we were just, you know,
too much in the moment. And you know, I'm good with just having it in my head.
Yeah. No, I'm happy
Just
about that too.
memory.
And there's some videos at least, but you're not. Yeah, you're barely.
Well, in some I am, and
sure. I mean,
it's up here, so.
Yeah.
And in here, of course.
Of course.
I'm pointing at my heart.
Yeah.
I'm at my chest pocket.
Yeah. Well, is the
Wait, I take my heart out of the chest pocket now. Put it back. Put it back in.
Please put it back.
No, it was otherworldly. We all grew up listening to these songs and playing it with somebody as important to the history of Screeching Weasel as John Jughead.
Yeah.
Pearson. Mr.
Jughead.
The man, the mystery.
Yeah.
Was just a great reward, I think, for whatever it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, absolutely. It was, for me, was also crazy, and I couldn't grasp it at first, you know, because I was in the middle of organizing this whole thing. To me, it really, once we were rehearsing the day before the festival, we only had like one night of rehearsing with Jughead, right? And he came and
like one real rehearsal,
yeah, one real rehearsal. We went there.
It was a 7-hour rehearsal.
It was a 7-hour rehearsal, but it was only this one time we did it. And once we were in,
that room was small.
This room was so small and smelly, and then we were playing those songs.
Screeching Weasel spirit.
I know, and we played those songs, and I had my fantasy English lyrics in my head, you know, for whatever reason. That the ones I, you know, tried to sing along because I didn't know English. When I got to know Screeching Weasel, I didn't know the language, so all I heard was the energy and the, you know, the fun and whatever, or like this little bit of, like, some words I understood already, maybe, or so, but you know. So then when I was there, I got really emotional there. I was like, fuck, you know, this has been something that's in my system for
a long
time. For fucking 30 years or whatever, you know.
Yeah, to me it was also like a sort of reawakening, because I mean, I hadn't consciously been listening to Screeching Weasel in quite some time. You know, like not like consciously putting on a record.
Yeah.
But of course, preparing for the rehearsal and the show, really, I got really back into the vibe and being fascinated all over again, and even re-experience certain emotions that.
Sure.
I mean, how old were we? 13, 14. I think with you, you're a little bit younger than I am.
Yeah,
you.
But my brother is older, and I got to, like, Bugada was my first real punk record that I ever got, you know, that I was into, and this was like whatever. say 92, 93 or something, and I was like 7 or so. My brother, because my brother was in the US playing ice hockey at the time.
And brought back some cool music.
Yeah, because he was staying with this like host family that they like, and the one who was his age also had an older brother, and like he was coming home with all kinds of stuff, also Nirvana and all this, you know.
Yeah.
And I believe that was the time that the Screeching Weasel record that came into our house also, if I'm not mistaken. You know, it could also be like 8 or 9 or 2 years later or something.
Yeah, that's an early start.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still digging it, you know. Yeah. So now we have after the Sweet 16 festival, we only had like one show last year at the arena, which was nice. We did Punk Rock Raduno this year, and also we have the arena show like 10 days ago.
We played the Raduno. Are there many other bands who played Raduno 3 times?
Oh, maybe not. I think
DeeCracks is maybe the only band who played it 3 times.
Yeah, could be.
I also played it with Ratcliffs, but you also played it with Saddlepacks.
And I mean, in one way or another, we all kind of play it every year. Because you know, I played with Midbreak there also, and like twice. Even
with the Vienna arena, we are also in a I believe an exclusive or very small club of we have played at every single stage there.
Yeah, every fucking stage.
These ones, yeah.
Yeah.
From the pub, from the bar.
Yeah.
To the
open air thing. Yeah, with no effects. Yeah.
Yeah, when we opened for no effects. We played the other big hall when we opened for Descendants.
Yeah.
Dictators, the other hall, Vibrators, smaller hall.
Yeah.
Also the Sweet 16 party.
Yeah, and the open air stages like the ones we did like last year and this week, like last week. Yeah. Yeah. It's an elite club, but you know, we're around for 18 years. I mean, with you, you've been there for 8 of them.
So I managed to do it in 7.5 years.
Yeah, I know. So that's even more impressive, right? Yeah. That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, there's some, you know, I remember those, my thoughts when we started this band 18 years ago, when we decided to become a real band, write like our own songs and everything. I still had that my thoughts were like, well, picture playing a show in Vienna. It's like, can you, maybe we get to play a show in Vienna, you know, because we were still living in Klagenfurt in our hometown at the time, where I was. Matthias was already living in Vienna, and I was like, oh fuck, maybe I'm playing in Vienna. And now this, you know, we played every fucking stage at the arena and probably every venue around town.
The only relevant ones.
Yeah, only the relevant ones. But also, you know, all this touring, all those tours that happened in this, it's been a bizarre ride, and it's still continuing. So wow, not with you though. And this is a sad thing, but it's not a sad thing because it's also a happy thing. I'm not sure if you wanna talk about this or not, but
I'm a married man. I'm also a father now, and this is I don't see myself. I just don't want to miss out on this, and. So instead of sleeping on dirty floors 3 weeks in a row, I rather take my daughter camping and or to some really high class hotel for family vacations.
Sure.
No, man, I don't want to make this sound better or anything at all. It's just it just feels right to be a family man at this stage.
I mean, you have all of our support, you know. I mean, we get the decision and we totally know what's up, you know, and we're happy for you, for your wife, for your daughter, you know. I hope I get to meet her. I still haven't met her yet, you know.
Yeah, Corona is
a pain in the ass.
Brought us some crazy times.
yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna see her eventually, and
yeah, you know, I want to use an analogy. It's like I'm getting my own spin-off show now. and
Yeah.
focusing on me and my family. But it does not mean I will have a cameo every once in a while, you know.
Sure. I mean,
we can always leave that door open. So maybe by the end of season 20, I just pop in to say hello.
Yeah, totally. Why not? You know, like we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. You know, we're still like good friends. I mean, there's less
Which is the most important
there's
thing
less
of
touring
all.
adventures, but life adventures are still here for us to get, and we'll make sure that this is gonna happen. So
the greatest part is yet to come.
sure, fuck yeah, yeah. Well, Paul, thanks for being on this show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and now
for
you're
having
out.
me.
This is the last time I'm having you here on this. I'm not. No. Now we have 2 more shows coming up, so you know we're gonna play
month.
The last Paul Coyote's last stand.
This is gonna be my last stand. Make sure not to miss out on it.
Yeah.
Book your flights. Come down to Klagenfurt.
Flight to Klagenfurt. Good luck.
Then join the caravan as we travel into my hometown of Innsbruck, where several hundreds of crazy Paul Coyote fans will send me off in the only way I deserve.
Yeah. Well, I really hope this is actually happening.
I really hope so too.
Yeah, and I hope
it's
we finally get to play encores.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, it's been a hell of a ride with you, Paul. Thanks for all your time and dedication the last 8 years. I mean, it's not over yet. We have those 2 more shows.
Exactly.
And maybe you'll get you get to push continue every once in a while for like a weekend trip or so whenever we need a bass player, and you're still one of the first ones we're gonna call. So you know, don't throw your bass player your bass guitar away.
I won't throw my bass playing skills out of the window.
Yeah. Just you know, don't just give it up completely. You know. And,
I still keep it around just in case. You know.
Yeah, that's just for the show, and I know it.
So my daughter is already really fascinated with my bass guitars. So maybe she can join in 20 years.
Yeah, totally. We'll bring her on the road. Yeah, and you join also because you have to watch out for her, and you can sell merch.
Definitely, that's gonna be a whole different movie.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
But the franchise continues, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, Paul, thanks. Have a great night.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see you in person.
Yeah. Can we talk our real language next time when we see each other again?
Of course, yeah. I'm super exhausted from speaking this weird dialect, Germanic dialect.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Right on. Paul, thanks a lot, man.
Peace out, man.
Good night.
Good night.